And we get to our next segment, the keys to victory for both Alabama and Auburn. And we'll start with Kyle, then we'll get to Jeffrey, then we'll get to Trevion, and then I'll end it with myself.
Oh, it was me first?
Yep.
Keys to the game. Here's the problem and this is going to be the problem with the score prediction part of this this one. I like to spend the whole week thinking about it, so y'all are really putting me on the spot for this one. But there's reasons for how we do our content. The reason I like to hold off on them. To me, I already talked about the offensive line, and the keys to the game will be: can Auburn protect its quarterback, no matter who it is? Because if that happens, we've seen. If y'all have not watched the fourth quarter last drive for the offense, Auburn offense, you want to watch how not to play football. That's a good example of like the offensive lines there, of how bad they can be at times. So I guess if I want to do it on each side of the ball there, offensive line is really where my focus has been for 5 or 6 years now, and it's when it's going to remain until that no longer becomes a question. Can Auburn protect their quarterback no matter who is there? Can Alabama exploit that area? Defensively, Auburn has been susceptible over the middle passing. And sometimes it's been these like quick slants. Sometimes it's been these even a little deeper posts. It doesn't matter. Whatever it was over the middle, underneath the safeties has been an area where, especially if you go back all the way to the first game, Baylor, there's been some problems for Auburn there. If Alabama can exploit that, / Auburn can figure out that's been an issue for them in this game. That's a key to victory there for either side, whoever wins that particular situation. And then on special teams, this is going to sound really stupid for those people that are Auburn fans that maybe seen me before and heard and know about some of our issues on special teams. For a while there, we weren't doing kick returns or punt returns because we kept having penalties the entire time. I said the last week during the bye week when we were talking about like what does Auburn need to do to be successful in the last 2 games to ensure that they have a shot for the bowl game. Reckless abandon on special teams. I mean, I'm telling you, I think it doesn't matter. Rayshawn Pleasant is a athlete in and of himself on kick returns. He's had one this year already. Had a couple other times where others have been close. I think Auburn just needs to run the ball out on the kick returns, and punt returns I'm a little bit scared of because last time that's what set up the gravedigger when we couldn't field a punt. But kick returns, reckless abandon, make something happen on that. We've seen magic happen on certain types of kick returns before, so let's get a little bit more of that going.
Well, Jeffrey, what's your keys to victory for Alabama in this matchup?
I mean, Mike G makes a hilarious point, but no pick sixes and no missed 28-yard field goal. That would go a long way, in helping us win. If we have to kick field goals and no pick sixes, you can't have pick sixes. You can still win a football game and have a pick six. We've seen it tons of times, even this year in a lot of big games. Teams have been able to win just by having that. It's not the end of the world, but in a game like this that is probably going to be razor thin because it's Alabama-Auburn, giving points to Auburn is not going to help us out, and it could be the difference. Because, I mean, even if we don't turn the ball over, I think that this game is going to be razor thin. I mean, yeah, it's cliche to say it because of the last few games in Jordan-Hare that have been so close, but I mean, I don't really know how you could predict a blowout win. For Alabama, especially, definitely, Auburn, I don't think anybody would, but Alabama even, you can't do that. Like, I really don't see how you can. I mean, there's probably someone out there that will, but I think the game's going to be close, until Alabama can go to Jordan-Hare and blow out, the Tigers. I'm not predicting a blowout. It has not been that way. We are not going there and winning by 3 scores. If we do, I'll be shocked. I'd be blown away. As Auburn, it's a cliche to say it's their Super Bowl, as people always say about any game that's not, like, oh, well, this is all they have to play for. I mean, it is, but I mean, the rivalry still, like, it matters. It doesn't matter if Auburn's good, bad, or if we're bad or good. I mean, if we were 5-6 and Auburn was 9-2, it'd be the same thing. So it's going to be very close. So we can't have turnovers. Like, it's just the way it is. If we turn the football over, and especially have a scoop and score or a pick six where Auburn gets 3 points, we're probably not going to win. And we'll see if we end up kicking field goals or not. That's going to be interesting. I mean, if we're at like a 4th and 4 at like the Auburn 27, are we going to kick the field goal? Are we going to go for it? I'll probably go for it. And, you know, if we don't pick up those 4th downs, then, you know, those are, you know, missed opportunities for points, because other teams, that's a guaranteed 3 points, you know, but we can't guarantee on that right now. So definitely interesting to see how we convert on 4th downs, or if we're going to end up kicking those field goals. Those are keys, and can't make mistakes. Can't turn the ball over on our end. For Auburn, you just play. That's the key to victory for them. Just play hard. I mean, that's all they got to do. Because if they play hard, they can beat us. I mean, they should have probably won the last 2 times in Jordan-Hare. They really should have. We somehow won. But I mean, that's their key. I mean, they're playing loose. They're playing free. Again, they have nothing to really, you know, to lose here. Okay, they lose, they miss a bowl game. It doesn't necessarily matter all that much. I'm telling you, it really does not matter for Auburn. What matters is knocking off the Crimson Tide. That's what matters. So they should have no tension. Like, they should be loose. We're the ones that, like, we need to not be too tense. We don't need to be like, oh my gosh, if we lose, it ruins our season. Because if we let that affect us, we will not win. Like, we have to be playing as loose as Auburn, you know, as free. I mean, the thing is when you're not having fun, people underestimate how, when you're playing sports, like, if you're not having fun and you're worrying too much, you're not going to win. It's going to cloud your play. You know, when you're out there playing loose and free and as a team to achieve something, you know, and a lot of times it helps when you don't have as high stakes, you know, because, I mean, you don't have anything to worry about. So the team that turns it over more probably loses. I mean, I know that's, you know, people say that in a lot of games, but in a game like this, that's definitely going to be the case. So
Absolutely.
Can't turn it over. Those are my keys, just all around, really. Not really any individual player. We just can't make mistakes. And Auburn, their key is just play hard.
And
Yeah, and for
Travion,
me, and for me, for Alabama, it comes down to 3 things, and these 3 things have been hindering this Alabama football team most definitely in the second half of their season. And number one thing is how Alabama starts football games. If you look at Alabama over the past 7 weeks or so, they've had slow starts to football games, and that's really been keeping a lot of the teams in games that they should be blowing them out. My prime example being South Carolina. When Alabama played South Carolina in South Carolina, they went they went the game without scoring a touchdown or getting the first down in the first quarter, and that kind of was the story of the game, and that kind of led to them led to South Carolina being able to hang around late and potentially knock off Alabama. And I believe that if Alabama doesn't have a fast start on offense, particularly on offense, that's going to come back to bite them later in the game. So key number one would be starting fast. Starting fast in the first quarter, starting fast in the second quarter, because it's the same thing after halftime. I just feel like Alabama goes into the locker room and forgets how to play football, because you look at their scoring in the first quarter and third quarter, it's gone down over as the season has progressed. So I believe Alabama have to start the game fast. They have to start the second half fast, whether they get the ball on defense or whether they're defending on defense or have the ball on offense. They have to get a fast start. Another thing, another key of mine would also be just penalties and things of that nature. Particularly on the defensive side of the ball, you don't want to give Auburn more chances than they're already afforded. You don't want to give them drives where penalties extend downs and they're able to stay on the field longer than they need to. Because when the team stays on the field longer than they need to, and they're in the game, more and more as the game goes on, that gives them more of the sense of the belief that, hey, we can beat this team, we can knock off Alabama, we can take away their playoff chances and stuff like that. So really defensively getting off the field, not having self-inflicted penalties that kind of springboard Auburn into having more belief and you know t- making the game go into the fourth quarter. So those are my three things. Like I said, start fast in the first quarter, start fast in the second quarter, and defensively get off the field when you have to get off the field. No silly self-inflicted penalties, and lastly, just play fast and do the things they need to do. And from the Auburn standpoint of things, it's really just a mixture of what Kyle and Jeffrey said. Of course, Auburn. Jeffrey saying they don't have a lot to lose. I mean, I believe they do. I'm on the side that they do. I believe that senior class, they definitely want to do the things they need to do to win their last game inside of Jordan here and get to that bowl game. So for Auburn's standpoint, really just going out there and really just seeing what's at stake and not feeling like you're the lesser opponent just because they don't have the same kind of win. Because as we stated earlier in the show, you can throw out all the records when these two teams get together because when they get on the football field, it kind of just decides itself. So really for Auburn, like I said, they just have to come into the game with confidence, knowing what's at stake, and lastly, and lastly, this could be used for both groups, just playing loose. Like Jeffrey said, like Kyle said, you don't want to play too uptight because that's where mistakes come. So both teams should want to play loose, but those would be my two keys for both teams.
Agreed. And, key to victory for Auburn is definitely put a ton of pressure on Ty Simpson. And key to victory for Alabama is make sure your running game is all good. You do that, you'll be set. And put a ton of pressure on Ashton Daniels. Do that, you'll be good to go.
Yeah, all three quarterbacks, yeah.
All of them are susceptible, yep.
No doubt about it. No doubt about it.